I'm telling you guys. Hey, Desiree. Everybody's just looking at that chart for the moment, and if you might could take a screenshot of it if it would be helpful to you. I'm going to show y'all some books, resource books, in a little bit, and I'm also going to introduce you to Dana Stewart Coates, that is the lady I have learned all this from. First thing you did was take a screenshot. Bless your heart. Justine, you're a mess. And I actually found some stuff that I'm would be more than pleased to sell to you guys today. I'll show it to you, and it's at a very reasonable price. So we'll get into that in just a second. All right, I think there's enough of my Linda Lee. Hi, you're new to me. Your name is Linda Lee. Welcome. I'm Pat Rat Queen, and here I am up over the up over the bus today, and everybody's looking at this chart because we're going to be talking about these historical periods. Very well. Let me qualify that. I'm going to be. This is the period of jewelry design that we're going to be looking at, and I'm unboxing my most recent delivery from my dealer who lives over in the UK. She lives in Devon on the coast, and in fact, during her shows, which are always on the weekends, and there's a time difference because they're about what 5 or 6 hours ahead of us. You can hear the seagulls out her window, and she has a cat like me named Fluffy, and so we have cats in common. I'm going to spend a little time telling you about her because I'm getting ready to show you her YouTube. In fact, let's just do that right now because anything I know, which isn't a whole lot about these periods here, because I'm just learning. I've only been studying it for about the past 2 years and have been a student of Dana. That's her name, Dana Stewart Coates. And she's an American that married a British guy, and they live in England. Isn't that amazing? And so she's able to go travel up to Birmingham, and which is the historical jewelry center of England. And she is big on, everybody knows her in the auctions. So she buys her things at auctions and gets them at good prices, and then she passes them on. She's probably one of the most selfless women I have encountered online sales. Not only is she generous with her knowledge, but she only adds on, and I've learned this from her, about 15 to 20% profit, and so she gets it at a good buy at these auctions. And y'all, pieces that would sell on like First Dibs and some of the more quality upscale uh, sites online, that would sell for $1,000. She's selling them for nearly half that, and it's just I don't know. I just thank the Lord every day that I found her, because I'm able to get these prices myself, and so I that's what I'll be passing on to you guys or anybody else. Right now, this is really a personal collection, and here's just a wee bit of it that I had fun putting out, and we'll look at them a little closer. I've got Victorian jewelry boxes. There's a Georgian box. And all sorts of ring boxes. I like the boxes too, and but so I'm able to pass on to you the savings. But let's go ahead and let me introduce you to her. Here is her name. You can find her on YouTube, Killer Queen Antique Jewelry. And folks, if you go to her shows, she'll do haul shows. Um, where she's just showing you and she's teaching. And here's an unboxing that she did just the other day. Oh, I didn't mean for it to start. There you go. See it? It keeps jumping back and forth, but the title, there we go. Victorian Jewelry Unbox Antique Boxes with Me Live. That was just what, yesterday? I was able to watch a little bit of it yesterday, but she teaches, as I said, and she just will show jewelry. And then usually on Sundays, now the days vary, so you have to get in with her and keep up with, she'll do little shorts to advertise what she's doing and when. But I have a hard time sometimes keeping up with whether she's live on Friday night or Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. But I will tell you that her shows are quite long. They can be 4 and 5 hours long, and she's got quite a developed community, y'all, that rivals what I have found here at Lilyworks. The camaraderie of the men and women that are in the group, and just and where just like yesterday, somebody in our show over on the antique marketplace bought something, and then asked said to me, "Would you give that to Kathy?" It was she wanted to gift what she had just bought, and that happens a lot in this Killer Queen antique jewelry community. It happens quite a bit, and anyway, you'll be impressed. It's a bit eccentric. I'll just give you some warning up front. It's British, but let me show you a recent, fairly recent little short here. And the music is Queen playing in the background. But she'll do these little shorts to advertise something special. And let me cut it off. And if you want a closer look at that ring, here it is right here. So I saw that and I made sure to catch her live sales because she sells live auction off of YouTube. All you have to do is just send her to her email address your PayPal information. And so look at that. What'd she say this was? Rare Georgian Georgian to Victorian, so it spans that period. 18 karat gem set Australian opal. She means that opal is, look at that, look at the fire in that opal. So I've got me a pretty little ring from the late Georgian, early Victorian period, and that's just really one of quite a few. You'll see them here in a minute. So anyway, be sure and get that information. And I'm bothered not being able to see you guys. Hang on a little better. Let me see if I can just here. Let me move this right here. There I am. Okay. All right, my vintage soul high. I'm seeing some new names. And y'all please in the chat welcome anybody new coming in. You'll recognize who they are. And I'm Pack Rat Queen and I'm over here in Georgia. And I was just showing a YouTube site that's where it's an American gal named Dana Stewart Coates over in off the Devon shore of England, which is over in that Cornish area to the west of, way west of London. And she is personally a friend. We talk on the phone sometimes forever and ever and ever. So she's a personal friend. But we are talking today about these periods. And I am now trying to reserve my finances for accumulating more of that Georgian period, which you can see is from 1714 to 1830. And it's called Georgian because that was in the British kingdom, that was the reigns of King George the First, the Second, the Third, and the Fourth. And then Queen Victoria came along in 1837. Well, what happened between 1830 and 1837 was a little period called the Regency period. I won't go into British history, but it's all about their kings and what was happening with them. But Queen Victoria, who the Victorian period's named after, reigned from 1837 to 1901. Oh my goodness. And her style affected, as we know, not only jewelry, but fashion design, furniture design, things like wallpaper, just on any furnishings, anything decorative, and literature and art, the fine arts. Oh my goodness. Um, that next little period is a French word phrase that means beautiful era, the Belle Époque. Belle Époque. And if the French teacher from Virginia is in here, she's probably laughing her head off at my southern pronunciation. But that sort of spans almost three different design periods, but it's basically from 1890 to 1915. And let me flip you around and show you. Oh, y'all don't look at me this morning. I'm pitiful. But swipe your chat to the right so that you can really see this. This is a piece that I got from her. Oh, y'all looking right in my mouth. Sorry. Wait a minute. Here, let me do this. Okay, come on. Where are you? There we go. This is 14 karat. Those are real seed pearls, and those are real peridot. And this is what you would call the Belle Epoque. It's feminine and frilly and looks like chandeliers with the little dangles. Isn't that gorgeous? I absolutely love that. Look, y'all, it matches my fingernail polish. I am so with it, not with it today. Y'all don't look at me. Flip you back around. I slept till 10 o'clock. I've still got sleep in my eyes. Okay, so back to our chart. Um, the next period that's of significance is that Edwardian period from 1901 1914, which was the beginning of World War One. That was King Edward the Seventh, and the first part of the reign of King George the Fifth. And then the Art Nouveau period, and you'll notice these periods now are overlapping each other. So there's some of this jewelry that I am still trying to learn to identify. Is this Belle Epoque or is this Art Nouveau? And I'm just going to be upfront with you. I think some use those terms interchangeably. I wish that Dana was in here today. I was hoping she'd show up so she could correct me, because y'all just take everything I say with a grain of salt. Okay, I'm going to show you some books in a minute, and there you can go and really research this. The Art Nouveau period, 1895. Y'all, that's a long time ago, isn't it? To 1914, beginning of World War One. And I think most of us can recognize that Art Nouveau style. And I was looking down here to see, uh, I have got a real famous piece, and man, I've got it still put up. I don't see it. It was designed by a famous silversmith. Oh, shucks, his name is escaping me. But that Art Nouveau with the enameling, a lot of florals and insects and all, just absolutely gorgeous period. And then the Art Deco period, 1920. This is the jazz time, the Roaring Twenties, to 1935. And the name, you may not know this, the name actually got started during the International Exposition of modern decorative and industrial art. I repeated the word exposition. That was in Paris in 1925. That was a big deal that Picasso and others like him, artists, fine artists, were showing in that exposition. People were seeing Cubism for the very first time. So the Art Deco period is, and most of us can recognize that Art Deco is very geometric and structural, architectural looking. And I do have one necklace sitting here in front of me that I have from that period. It's this silver with these rock crystal. Now that is a rock crystal. I think that's right. But anyway, you can see the way it's structured with these parallel straight lines, vertical lines here. These are gorgeous, aren't they? Oh my goodness, that's one of my favorite pieces. Um, and then finally, the arts and crafts movement. We don't hear a lot of that when we're talking about jewelry, but it was a very influential movement. Started in England with the writings of John Ruskin, who was a philosopher. He was a writer, and he studied. He's a brilliant man, and he studied a lot of different areas, especially about industry and the beginning of manufacturing processes. But I know him from the art world because he is the name that is always quoted and mentioned in art criticism slash art history. The books that he wrote on art criticism, I must have quoted him just a bunch when I was writing my doctoral dissertation. So John Ruskin is responsible, but then William Morris is a more familiar name probably to most of us. How many of you, when you think of William Morris, you think of wallpaper design, fabric design? And William Morris and John Ruskin both really believed that artists should go back to nature and observation of nature rather than the more contrived, they thought contrived art of what became Art Deco, but even Art Nouveau and that Belle Epoque. It was during in the art period that was during the Romantic period, and they were going back to mythologies, and everything was um, fanciful fantasy stuff, and so this arts and crafts movement was a movement to steer that in a different direction. It had a strong impact on especially furniture design and any sort of surface embellishment. So you see it in, it's harder for me to recognize. I'm still learning, but I'm just doing good to even recognize something that's Victorian, y'all. So, and I want to show you. We're going to get to my little unboxing here in just a second, but whoops, knock you off here. Uh, this is a fun piece, and I may have shown it to you before, but I told you that Dana's got a cat, and I have a cat. Name is Puddin'. And during the Victorian period, it was popular to, I guess, for the wealthy, to buy these 9 carat gold, 14, 18, 22 karat gold cat collars, and they're adjustable. It's like a buckle design, and this is one of them from the Victorian period. Um, but they became so popular that women found out that they could actually wear them themselves, and they started wearing them as bracelets, and it started a huge fad. And today, if you have a Victorian collection, you just about have to have something that is either a buckle bracelet, and they came in sterling silver also, or rings. And we may find a ring in this unboxing here in just a minute because I bought one, and a ring that's a buckle. But anyway, I thought I'd show you that. I have not yet successfully captured my cat to put this on her and try desperately to either get a photograph or a video of her. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Okay. All right, there's that. Y'all want to peek for just a second at some of the goodies in this box? Let me put that down. I'm looking down here now at the chat. Rebel Junk, you've got a Victorian buckle ring. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And I've got Ciel. Oh, you're over on YouTube. Listen, you need to come to district.net. I don't know if I've got a mod over in YouTube or not, but district.net/Lilyworks. Like Lily the flower, Lilyworks. And then you can come over here into district and be able to chat directly and actually bid. I'm going to put a few things up for bid in just a little bit. So you do that. This is let me look at my tag. This is 18 karat gold with opals, and this is from the Edwardian period. Now, with not knowing that, I'd say Belle Epoque, right? Well, didn't we say that Belle Epoque encompassed that Edwardian and Art Nouveau period? Look at the opals, y'all. You know, we kind of or get slack about opals here, and don't realize that the real deal are expensive. Even these little tiny small ones, or the gem quality ones, are extremely expensive. And I'll just show you what I paid for that. See that 550? This was $550, but it's 18 karat gold. But these opals are of rare gem quality. So I guess I'm saying there's opals and there's opals. And you just saw that ring. What did I pay? I can't remember what I paid. This was at least $600 or $700. But then that was, what was that? 18 karat, and it's from the Georgian period. So look back up at that Georgian period. She said she thought this was from the late 1700s. So let's say 1790, 1890, 19, wait a minute, 1890, 1990, 1990, and 30 more years is 130 years. Oh, am I doing that right? Eight, 1790 to 1890 to 1990. That's 230 years old. Isn't that amazing? I absolutely adore old jewelry, even if I can't count. It does look good with my nail polish. Okay, that was not intended. I didn't do that. Let's look at a couple of other little rings. She sent me a little trinket box from over there. This is that's Art Deco. Those are marcasites, and I'm not going to be able to tell you what I paid for any of these, but this is. Anybody recognize that Let's see. Is that the Irish? No, it's not. Okay, if I can remember correctly, these are garnets, rose cut garnets. Those are gypsy set diamonds. I think this is early Victorian, and I don't know the carat of gold, excuse me. Over in England, and historically, 9 carat is more the standard. They don't have 10 carat, and they don't have 14 carat. They have 15 carat. But then they have 18 and 22 carat. But back in the old days, it was kind of yeah, iffy as to what the carat was with gold. It's just whatever the goldsmith was working with that day. And that's why even today in England, if you sell anything that has gold content, you have to have it assayed, take it to an assay office, and usually that gets stamped on the inside, and that's where your hallmarks and all, we can't see them, but they're all in here. And so the assay office will have a mark, and there'll be the year. I love that about hallmarks. The actual year that the ring was made will be stamped in there, and there's all sorts of charts that come out of, they're listed by city, by Chester. Chester is the most highly sought after, Edinburgh, which is Scotland, Birmingham, London, and there's some others I can't think right now, but you can get those charts online. And if you have a ring that you find that series of hallmarks, everybody usually recognizes that rearing line, the line symbol. And each city has its own symbol, and that's how you know what year, what city that it was assayed in, and sometimes the jeweler's mark will be stamped in there too. But is that this? I think this is Victorian. It's lovely. I just adore these old rings. Um, Look at this one. This one's Victorian. This is a mourning ring. Let me see what I've got on here. Victorian from 1895, according to the marks on it. Those are real seed pearls. And that's a diamond in the center. And that is Whitby Jet. The black part is, if I'm not mistaken, that's Whitby Jet, which is Whitby, England. Jet's a fossiled mineral. And there's what I paid for it, $375. So I'm a sucker for rings. I absolutely adore the rings. And I said it was a morning ring, but I've got some that's actually got hair in it. Let's see if this one, I think this one is a morning ring. Those are dark garnets around the edge, and in the center is a piece of rock crystal, and yeah, this is a morning ring. Underneath it is some hair. So the hair was put in there, the crystal was set in place. This is a memorial ring, and it's actually engraved on the back there. And the date is 1851. And the person's name that the hair belonged to, the deceased. Some people get creeped out by the different hair mourning pieces, and I think there's one in this box this package we're gonna unbox in just a second that is from a 17-year-old girl back in the 1700s that she died, and her parents plaited some of her blonde hair. It's really beautiful, and it's a precious thing. We don't do that today, do we? Uh, anyway, there's that. I'm going to show you just one other thing. We've got to get to unboxing. That was the goal, so you could enjoy seeing the new stuff coming in. This is called an Albertina. It's a bracelet. Well, it's been made into a bracelet. Originally, it was a watch chain, and I guess the men, theirs were called Alberts. I don't, y'all, I'm showing my ignorance here, but I just know that these that are made for women are called Albertinas, and they're real popular today. But they're from watch chains, and they usually have these little charms hanging on them. And this is a typical design. And when you put it on with this toggle, and you can make it fit you anywhere in here. It usually has this, what they call a dog clip, and that fits over here, and that's how you adjust the size. And it was real popular back then to hang a Victorian coin, an old coin. So I can't see the date; my eyes aren't working. But that's an old Victorian coin. Let's see what these run. I've seen them at all different prices. That says 11-inch, three chair wheat Albertina. Okay, 225. That's what this net's all sterling. But that's a piece of real history from out of England. Uh, Here's a neat ring. This is called Angel Coral, and this is early Victorian, I think. But Angel Coral is the cameos are in high relief. That's a pretty ring. And then I will say Dana is absolutely an expert on things like Czech crystal and look at the blue flash. Look at the blue flash in this stone. And my mind's leaving me as to what that is. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at that. Look at that. This, I think, don't ask me to identify what period that is. I'm still learning, y'all, but that blue flash, oh my gosh. Okay, did I show you this one? Did I tell you I like rings? Y'all know I wear. Now, I'm so proud of myself. This is the first ring I ever bought, not from Dana, out on my own, out in the wild. And I checked with her, and she confirmed that it is an Art Nouveau. It is 18 karat, and that is black onyx. She was real proud of me that I found that on my own. I had bought this from her. That is onyx, and it's got little diamonds set across. This is Victorian, but you can see I like my rings. Okay. Um, hey, didn't I tell y'all that spiders were real popular? I think this one's deco, Art Deco, yeah. I paid 75 for this one. This one is, I can't remember the gold content, but that is a beautiful carnelian cab. Look at that. And I think that's just a Czech crystal in there. But I paid 75 for it. But talk about critters. We were selling critters yesterday, weren't we? Here's another one. They love their bugs back during the Victorian period. This is Victorian sterling. I paid 75 for that one too. Fun, fun, fun. And then there's all this Scottish. I like the Scottish. Some of my ancestors are Scottish and Irish, but these swords, and there's probably another official name for them, scabbards or whatever, are very popular. They actually connected. See the old tube hinge? There's the hallmarks on it. Those are Scottish hallmarks. There's an old C clasp, but it would have held together their kilts and their shoulder cloths, so the stuff they slung over their shoulders. And so that was like a kilt pin. And here's another piece from Scotland from the Georgian period, which is what, 1714 to 1830. It's a sterling bracelet that has all of these Scottish agate pieces inset. Is that not amazing? Now there's one missing, and she actually sent me some agate that is from that period because I used to do mosaics when I was living in Rome, Italy, and so I'm able to actually shape that stone and put that back in there. I just haven't done it yet, but there's a sweet little bracelet. Let's see what I paid for that. $650. Y'all, this collection is an investment on my part, as you've probably figured out. Um, that's why I said I'm putting my real money into this older stuff. This is another Georgian. I've shown this to you before when we talked about minerals. That is Waterstone. Is that right? But look at that sterling. Now this is Georgian, so this is a couple of 100 years old. Um, she just sent this long ago, and I've shown this to you. That is citrine from the Cairngorm Mountains of Scotland, and it is what's called the Queen uh, Mary of Scots symbol, that crown and the heart. You know, she was Catholic. And this was an expensive piece here. It's hard to get a real pure citrine that large and shaped like a heart. So that's a unique piece. This is Victorian here. Simple little thing that's got some Czech Bohemian beads in it. And oh well, let me let me show you this before I forget. Let me turn the lights off over it. These are Czech beads over here, and they are have uranium content. Some of them do, the green and the yellow. And this is rock crystal. Boy, these things are pricey, y'all, and cold and heavy. And then this is from this is cherry amber Bakelite. Remember, somebody in our group did a Bakelite show recently. Um, and let's see, hang on. Let me get my big, whoa, I got my big light on it now. But that cherry Bakelite, it's supposed to change color. Boy, it's reflecting off of that uranium. Isn't that spectacular? Oh my goodness, that is spectacular. Um, I like my big torch, but y'all, I showed y'all that to show you this little thing. This is a little pocket UV light that you can stick in your pocketbook, or and I've got these in my bite now. I think I got them for like $10. So if you're interested in having one, you can get that in the bite now. There's only about three or four, I think. But anyway, I just thought I'd tell you about that. Um, y'all, I'm having way too much fun showing you all this stuff. Um, how many of you like cameos? Well, yeah. How many of you know there's cameos and there's cameos? And this one is not particularly spectacular looking, but look at there. Look at that tube hinge, the C clasp, and see how the pin is sticking way beyond. Now, y'all, uh, I've heard folks just a normal pin, and they'll say, "Look at there, it's sticking out past the class, therefore it proves it's such and such age." Well, no, it's got to stick way out, and some of them even more. And if you search on Google how to tell the time period that jewelry was made by the brooch clasp, there's a wonderful couple of wonderful charts out there that show all of this, and it'll show sometimes those pins stick out to there. So it's not it's a quite pronounced sticking out that you are looking for. But there's that, and then here's this is a Victorian, and it is a pendant or a pin, and that pin is very rudimentary, but that's a sweet little piece. And look at the little points there sticking out on the side. Um, It is, that is a distinctive style, and I can't remember now to save my life what that's called. There's a name for it when those little points are sticking out there, and sometimes they're closer together. But if you see a piece that has that, it's either sometimes a revival piece. Now you know that these Victorian and these all these periods have had revival periods in even starting in the 1930s. The Victorian period was had a revival in jewelry, but the 40s, the 50s, and then even into the 70s and 80s, that company 1928 that some of us collect was all about the revival of these old periods. So you need to do your research and know, that you're whether you're looking at an authentic piece or something that's a reproduction. This is an interesting cameo, and it is called Lava Rock. Lava Rock, and I guess it's exactly what it says it is. Let's see what I got on this one. This was 107. Let's look at the back. C clasp, and that is an early the step up from that tube class where they were starting to hinge it differently. But again, you need to study all that on your own. Look at the back of that lava; it's very rough, but that's a neat piece. Well, lo and behold, here's another ring. And oh, yeah, look at that stone that's in there. Let's see, this is a Victorian 15 karat garnet. That is a garnet back there, that Madeira wine color. Oh my goodness. This is Victorian, and that's a little seed pearl, a real pearl now, not a cultured pearl, in what they call a gypsy setting where it's star shaped like that. I don't know what that has to do with being a gypsy. In the back, there is a date. Let's see if I can see it. Or maybe it's initials. 18, 1882, I think it says. But look at that garnet, y'all. Oh my, wow, I'm going to put that over in my other little box. Okay. Speaking of garnets, and I have a garnet necklace, one of the first things I ever bought from Dana that is Victorian, set in sterling, and these earrings go with it. I couldn't find the necklace. I wear it from time to time, but these beautiful rose cut garnets, $175. So this is Art Deco period. So this would have been 1920 to 1935. Isn't that pretty? Are y'all having fun looking at all this old stuff? I told you this wasn't going to be a buying, just a looking. And thank everybody for being in here. Okay. Oh, here's another morning piece of jewelry, but this is French. This is French, and let's see if I wrote down what it's called. French, what's that? Bossdurch, from 1870, 500 and no, it was a gift. She gifted me that. Look, that's my catalog number. Look at that. She gifted this to me. Now, that may not be the original clasp. That's another thing you have to look for. In fact, she tells us, and I've read it, that you really need to be careful about dating any piece of jewelry just by the clasp alone. Number one, it could be an earlier piece of jewelry where the clasp broke and a later clasp was put on. So there's that. Secondly, sadly to say, people who are not up to any good will take a fake piece that's been produced recently and put an old clasp on it and try and sell the whole thing, this probably would sell for around $300 or $400. But I know that this is the real deal. Dana is highly trustworthy. She knows her stuff, and she's buying from other reputable dealers in auctions. And so she's going through auction houses, and they have authenticated their pieces. So that's one reason why I auction house. Are you? Oh, that's a reason why I have felt safe spending this kind of money with her. And she stands by her pieces. If you get something and there's something wrong with it or you're unhappy, she's very reasonable. There's another ring. I think I've shown this to y'all before. That's another Scottish Madeira citrine with see, I think this is a Georgian. Yeah, this is a Georgian ring, and it's in an old Victorian box. Aren't these boxes, ring boxes? Aren't they awesome? I paid $50 just for the box. And here's another. This says it's garnet, cherry garnet, $325. Look at that. Very simple. This is probably Art Deco. I guess it could be older. But that is a large cherry garnet, and that's why it's so expensive. Look at the flash there. Oh my goodness. Wow. Y'all know that I'm fascinated with natural stones anyway, so maybe that's why I like these rings. Okay. Oh, all right. Right over here, look at that. All those charm bracelets, they're all British, Victorian charms. And at the after we do this unboxing real quick, I'm going to show you those and offer to sell you some of them. I've got I've got them and I can sell them starting price $25, and that's exactly what I paid for them. So I'm going to give you the opportunity. They're on the charm bracelet, but I've figured out that I can remove them and send them to you. So that would be something fun to look for. These things are articulated. This opens up somehow or another. There we go. This one opens up. See the little person sitting in there? This is a gypsy caravan, and I kind of collect those, and I'll actually sell you one or two of those. But that'll be fun. That'll be something fun to look at, look forward to. And if we see something that's in the $40 range or $70 range, and it grabs your fancy, I'm willing to sell something there. I really would sell any of this. I just didn't know that y'all would come prepared to spend that kind of money. But I have not, let me move this out of the way. I have not even cut into this package. Some of you saw it, I think, when I got it. And Dana's so cute. This came across the ocean, y'all, like this. In this bag, and she's packed it really well inside. And there's no telling what we're gonna find in here because she sends all sorts of gifts and stuff. But I love it that in fact, my last package from her came wrapped in Laura. Oh, what's the name of it? It was wallpaper by what's that famous designer that was so popular in the 80s? Laura. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, I couldn't believe that the thing was. She said, "Yeah, I had an old roll of wallpaper and thought it'd make good wrapping paper." But if you've lived in Europe anywhere, you know that their paper goods and their plastic goods are different. They're just different from over here. And you'll see some of the paper goods in a minute. The instead of plastic, Europe is very eco minded, and so instead of plastic bags, the little plastic bags that we use, uh, you're going to see that they want you to use paper, and so we'll look at that. Uh, just be patient here with me getting into this. I hope you're going to be able to see. Are y'all excited? Are you excited? Give me some thumbs up. Laura Ashley, ma'am, thank you. That would have bugged me all day trying to think of that name. Laura Ashley. My daughter's bedroom was decorated with Laura Ashley fabrics and wallpaper. Sweet, beautiful, feminine stuff. Okay, we're down to the bubble wrap. And what in the world? I'm telling you, I have no idea what to expect. Let's see what we got here. Oh, to Her Majesty, 21st of April 2016. Happy 90th birthday. Y'all, she's put this, I know it's a tin. She often sends the jewelry in antique tins. She's put it in a little sack, little bag, cloth bag that is a memento from the Queen's birthday in 2016. Oh, isn't that sweet? And y'all, it smells so good. I don't know if she dusted it with perfume or what, but wish you could smell it. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Dana. I can't wait to tell her that all of y'all watch this uh, together. Oh, flipping Desiree, isn't that sweet? Okay. Oh, y'all, she has taped. I want y'all to know I hate tape. I absolutely hate tape. We have to use it, but if it takes off the finish on this tin, I'm gonna have to mute my phone. No, I may say something I shouldn't say. Thank goodness it's not. Now this doesn't look like a particularly antique, y'all. I've got some really old tins that I've got from her. Uh, she collects them, and if you've bought big money from her, she'll see why I hate. Um, she'll pack the stuff in an antique tin, but whatever she sends me, I am grateful for. Okay, I'll get the rest of that off later. What is this? Cookies. This is fun, and I guess it's from England. Let's check it out. The Denacita Bakery. Oh, well, that's not what we came to see, is it? Okay. All right. Let's get down here. If I can get the tape off my finger. All right, let's dig in. See what I'm talking about? See these little what is that? What is that? Oh, that's what's smelling. Y'all, let me smell it. Oh, oh my goodness. There's oh, look at this. Here's the top to it. She knows I have been collecting these antique and vintage perfume bottles, and look what she has done. She has sent me. I'm fixing to have a tape fit. Yes, you're right. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Thank you. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, let me just put that over there with my other little perfume bottles. Okay. All right. Oh, all right. This is a gift. Let's see what she has sent me as a gift. See what I'm talking about? These little um, paper. Whoops, I better not cut. I felt something hard right there. Um, they don't use the little plastic bags like we do. to use these paper bags. What has she sent me? Oh, she knows I am collecting uh, check glass, and she knows I'm wanting to do a yes, look at that. She knows I'm wanting to do a show just for glowers. I am going to do a show with the lights off and just the whole stage set with glowers. And if I keep on putting it off, I guess it'll be a good Halloween show to do that. But she has sent me now the ribbons is that this was made where you would actually attach it with the ribbon. So this is probably this could be Victorian. The Victorians were into the check glass. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, y'all, that was free. So that'll be something I maybe can pass on to y'all at one point. Now this is for my cat, the Licky Licks, and she always includes these. Where's my cat's already running around my feet down here? She always sends Puddin some Licky Licks. Oh goodness, I hope I'm not getting a allergy attack. If I do, we may have to. I may have to go away and come back unless y'all pray I don't. My throat settles down. I get these allergy attacks that literally it's almost like asthma. I begin to close my throat up, but I'm not going to confess that. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right, 20-inch. Oh, I know what that is. That's just an extra sterling chain I bought from her. And the reason why you're seeing my name on these, this is how she does when she finishes an auction and you buy something, she puts it into this little bag and puts your name on it. You can hear her writing with her marker. She's a mess. Oh, oh, oh. Who is it that said they had a buckle ring? Look at here. Look. Sandy, she is. Well, she's way more awesome than I am. And she's really quite beautiful. Now, she's only about 50, I think. So she's younger. And she's her own personality. And I just love her to pieces. Look at that. This is a gold. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to remember. Let me look down through here and see if I can find a reference to when I bought this. I'm not finding it, so I can't give you the particulars on it. I do know it's Victorian. Oh, y'all look. It fits. So if I find out that this was reasonably priced, I'll come back at a later time during one of my other shows and offer that for sale to y'all, because if you're gonna have one piece that's Victorian, those little buckle rings would be fun to have. But I can't find on the invoice. My invoice is right here, and I don't see it. Um, are we having fun? Oh my goodness! Oh, I remember this. Oh, I remember this. Y'all look. Remember that other butterfly I showed you? Well, there is another one, but this one is a pin. And let me see if I can find it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just found the ring. It's 9 carat, which would be like 10 carat for us. 9 carat gold buckle ring. Got a question mark by the period. I think it is Victorian. I paid $210 for it. So I'd have to have at least that to be able to sell it on. Um, all right, this brooch is also 9 carat with gem quality opals in it. Oh my goodness. And it has garnet eyes. Y'all, you know how we love butterflies. And I thought my Juliana butterfly was expensive at what, $75? This this right here is $425. Well, that's what I paid. And hey, Rosie B, isn't that beautiful? 425. I'd want to add 10 to 15% on that. And I tell you, as I'm quoting these prices after the show, you can text me. I'm not prepared to run them. I don't have it set up in the store, but you can text me, message me rather, and say, "Hey, let's talk about that butterfly." And I'll be happy to deal with you. And I have got to break my pack rat nature, my hoarding nature, and be willing to pass these on. But I know that this one right here on the auction sites, the big, European auction sites where the big wigs hang out, that she said the cost on this was about three times what I paid for it. So that would be over $1,200, close to $1,300. And I got it for $425. So I'd be willing to tack on, like 15%. That would cover my time and whatnot. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So if you're interested, let me know. And I do that with anything, I guess, that I'm showing. I mean, if you contact me and I've decided I just want to keep it for a while, I'll just tell you. Come back in a year. All right. Oh, now she does send some things that are more contemporary. She's not just period stuff. And this is some of you may recognize right off what it is. This is Ritz by Couture. This is a little brooch pendant thing, but it's because it's a cat, is why. But I paid her $65 for it. Now, Ritz by Couture is a signed piece, and that is pretty darn fancy with that tassel. So I may put this up for sale later on. I paid 65 for it, so you can kind of judge what I might charge for it. All right. Some of these, I'm telling you, this stuff that is some of it's little. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. These are post opal earrings. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can find what I paid for these. And these are those gem quality blue flash, probably Australian opals. Uh, don't don't hold me to that, but that's normally it seems like what she gets. Darn, come on! I told y'all I'm flying by the seat of my pants today, so excuse me if it takes me a minute to find. Look on my invoices here. Well, surely she didn't send these as a gift, but that was to go with my that butterfly. So if you're interested, you can inquire, but I'm sure they're at least 9 carat, if not 14 karat gold. Wow. I hope I don't lose those. Those are tiny. Okay, let's see what we got. Y'all still having fun? Y'all don't let me forget. Don't I have a show at 1:30? I do. Y'all please help me not miss my show at 1:30. We're gonna finish up what we did started the other day and I ran out of time. And we'll change gears and do that. And we can always do another one of these at a later time. But and usually your attention after an hour is kind of gone anyway. What is this pretty thing? Oh my goodness, these are, wow. Let me see. Wow, let me see if I can find this necklace. Oh, this is a 16-inch sterling. Doesn't look sterling, does it? Lavender, open back, lead crystal, and pearl. Am I putting it? Maybe this isn't the right thing. I don't think that's the right thing. Whatever that was supposed to be Lady Edwardian, and it looks like the period necklace. Maybe this is Edwardian West Germany. European cut. Yeah, sounds right. Rhinestone. Yeah, see the rhinestones in it. Carnival glass. Oh my gosh. Let's pop the light on that and see if it glows. Carnival glass. Well, nope, I'm not really picking up a glow. Edwardian. It's a little short necklace. Now, I only paid $70 for this. Of course, again, she's selling it at uh, it normally would auction, not auction, but sell on dealer sites for about 3 times that. But that might be a piece I could sell on. If anybody's interested in that, I wouldn't come back to it. I do have $170 slot, and I guess I would, but I need to confirm that that's what it is. Sorry if I'm jerking y'all around. We want to, I'm going to only show a few more, and then we're going to look at those charms so that I can sell y'all some charms. Do this, put down in the chat yes or thumbs up if you're interested in those charms. Otherwise, I'll just pass by them. But I came prepared to sell a couple of them, 4 or 5 of them today at $25. They're Victorian sterling silver charms, and they are spectacular. Put me a thumbs up or a yes, and that will tell me to allow some time because but I need to stop probably at before 1:30. So if I don't see any response, then I'll just keep going with what I'm doing and get back to it later. And what in the world is all of this? This is all rock crystal, y'all. That's what that is, and it's all Victorian. Um, I'm not seeing any comments, any yeses. Y'all not interested in buying any charms today? You just want to look. It's okay with me. Oh, y'all, I told you she knows I'm collecting check glass, and look at the construction. Look at the delicate construction. This is probably from the Art Deco period. Oh, look at that. Look at that thing hanging. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness. Y'all, I can't wait to get these all up on the bus so we can see them better. Let's keep going. Now, I was paying, let's see if I can look down through here and see how much I was paying for all that rock crystal stuff. I tell you what, some of that may have been gifted to me. That's why I'm not seeing it in the invoice. Y'all, she's sending me that stuff as a gift. I'm telling you, Dana is amazing. All right. Ooh, look at that. Oh, goodness gracious. I've got to find that. I know I paid. Oh, this is a peridot, y'all. This is a peridot, and if I'm not mistaken, that's Art Deco. It's got little stones. I think those may be clear spinels. I'd have to check that. I didn't make a note in the invoice. I think I don't think they're diamonds. They could be, but I think they're clear spinels. But that is a peridot in sterling. Look at that. And I see I paid 125 for that. So it'd be close to 130 if I were to sell it. Isn't that beautiful? Y'all, look at that. Oh my gosh, what size is it? Oops. Looks like it is an 8. No, 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 sorry. It's a 6. 6, 6. It's a 6. Yeah, because uh, yeah, because I wear a 7 on this finger, so it's a size 6. Now, it's sterling. It's already been resized once, and in fact, there's a bit of a split right there. Probably gonna have to have my jeweler refix that, and you see it's a little wobbly. I'm probably gonna have my jeweler go in there and strengthen that with some more sterling. So it's probably not sellable at the moment, but um, it's sitting as a size 6. Now, if you were to buy it as is, you could take it to your jeweler and have it sized up or down. It is beautiful, isn't it, Marissa? Oh, and Deborah, look at that. Stunning. Oh, I just want to sit and look at that all day long. Oh, okay. I'm not seeing anybody saying they're interested in a charm, so I'm going to keep going. I can always show those charms during a regular show, but I'm so proud of y'all to be in here and you're just enjoying looking. Oh, look. This is that morning brooch I was telling you about that is it's from the Georgian period. It's 15 karat rose gold. This little gal, her name was Sarah Bullock, and it's all written on the back when she died, and the date down there is 17 1793. I think it says. Oh, it's a beautiful little statement by her parents. Now, look at that. See how far that pin's sticking out? Let's look at it back here. There's that tube hinge, C clasp, and look at that. All right. So that's what they mean by the pin extending out beyond the brooch. But look at her sweet little blonde hair in there. This is probably a piece of rock crystal that's over the top. Y'all, look at that. I paid $295 for this, but it's over 200 years old, and that right there is a piece of history. Wow. Wow. Put that over here in my little jewelry box. Y'all, I'm just almost have exhausted myself looking at all this today. So I got to tell you, Felicia, I'm wearing the beautiful moss agate ring. Sandy, that is so cool. That moss agate is lovely, isn't it? And what is this sweet little stuff? I think this may be a gift too from her. Uh, it again, it's little check stones on copper. She knows I collect copper. Isn't that delicate? I think, yeah, it's a necklace. It's doubled up there. Is that not beautiful? Wow. That, if once I get tired of my copper collection, I'll start selling that. I don't feel anything in that. Let's see. See what this is. We got time for there's just a few more in here. We may get the whole thing opened up. She says Edwardian on this. I need to put this back in that box, in that bag. Edwardian. Oh my goodness. Edwardian is from 1901 to 1914. These are uh, bezel, not really bezel set amethyst, because you can see they've got a cloth set in the back. And then these would be, these are little broke pearls. Um, Let me think. During the Edwardian period, did they have cultured pearls then? Not sure about that. I do have my very first set ever, and I'll show you while I've got this out, of sea seawater pearls. These are the real deal, and they're Victorian. They've got that wonderful garnet clasp, and this is one of the first things I bought from Dana. And these were, I think I paid 1,500 for them, which was a at a very reduced rate, uh, for sure. But this little thing, I'll have to investigate it further. But she says that she wanted me to remember that was Edwardian. Let me put it back in here so I don't forget. Okay. All right. Let's see what this is. All right, just a few more minutes here. And then I'll need to go so I can come back in. Oh, this is just a little costume thing. Let's see. That she, at the end of her shows, she does what she calls the tray, and it's odds and ends, and she'll everything's under $50, and most of the time, if you show you like something, she'll just give it to you. And it seems like there was something special about that. I don't know, but these were probably just gifts from her. This is probably Art Deco again, one of their spiders. Let me put those back in together. Sometimes it takes me a while to figure out what did I pay for, which ones did I pay for, and which ones has she gifted, because she just is so generous. Oh my gosh. Let's see. But we spend a lot of money with her, and she knows, we'll gonna keep coming back. These are more checked beads, uh, glass beads. I never know what's gonna glow and what's not. But I'm just adding this into my own collection of, there's rock crystal, lead crystal, and then there's just faceted glass, and it's all Czech or Bohemian. But the difference in these clear stones, I'm trying to learn. And what I've been doing is just buying strands, from the bead companies, glass bead companies. You can buy strands of everything I just said: rock crystal, which is a mineral, and then there's lead crystal, which is a step up from just crystal. And then there's crystal, and then there's just faceted glass. And you can tell, I don't know if you know, on your Presidium, if you have one, if you put the Presidium to it, it'll tell you, you can get an indication of what has lead in it, because it'll make the needle jump up to that upper side of glass, and that's indicating the lead content. But I'm buying those strands to hang up as a reference, because the temperature, the weight, the look, I'm trying to teach myself. And so I'll have those strands to compare with necklaces that I find out in the wild, to be able to determine which category it fits in. So there's that. I mean, just looking at them, it's sometimes hard to tell, and you don't want to just start saying it's rock crystal when it's not. And there's such a thing called pools of light, and I'm looking. I can't. I don't have any out, but there's a particular stone called pools of light, and the Asians really loved that particular stone as a bead. pools of light, and if when you put it on, they're clear rock crystal, and when you put them on your skin, they just refract light back onto the skin in a just almost supernatural way. And so pools of light is another one. All right, what in the world is this? I'm gonna have to research this. I'm not sure which necklace this is, but and then we're gonna end on this one. And I don't know. That chain looks like it's been added. Oh, she added an extender for me, so maybe I can tell which one it is from that extender real quick. Mm, no, I'm not gonna hang y'all up. But she sells extenders, and they're like 14 karat, so they're good quality. But yeah, how many of you know these old necklaces from that period? The women were little. They were little women, and their little necks. And so most of the time I like to have an extender so that this is not a choker right up under my chin. And if you've got a double chin like me, that's a no-no. Isn't that gorgeous? Those look like lavender. Okay, this is. I think this is lavender open back, lavender open back. Yeah, they're open. Lead crystal and pearl. No, I don't see any pearls. I have yet to find that particular necklace on my invoice. Oh well, whatever. We'll just enjoy it. It's definitely, I would say, I would say this is Edwardian. Just looking at it in my ignorance, I would say that's Victorian. I mean Edwardian. Okay, all right, y'all. Whoa, I am. When you look at stuff that is so beautiful and you're reacting to it emotionally, it can wear you out. And I feel worn out. And I've got another show coming up here at 1:30, and it's 1:22 now. I hope y'all will come back and hang around. What is in there? Um, I've got to go back through all of this, and I need to clear my stage for this next show. I hope you enjoyed this. And again, message me if you saw something you just felt like you can't live without, and I'll negotiate with you on a price. And tell you what, while y'all I'm talking to you and saying goodbye, I hope y'all will come back for the next. It may only be these little tiny boogers. Those little earrings. I'm gonna set over there. Um, what was I saying? Y'all help me to remember. I'm putting this ring and this butterfly over here in this Victorian jewelry box. Okay, y'all remember. That's where I put that. All right, now I can clear my stage of that. And so I hope you will come back for in just a few minutes for the rest of our lecture online. It probably won't take a full hour to wrap up, but I need to have some closure on that little lesson. And in the future, I'm going to try real hard to keep our little lectures to exactly an hour, because we're they've got me right before a train starts, and the train starts on time. It runs on time, and I want to be able to rate into it. And they're talking about in the future starting the train before me and let me be like an intercession. You can go get your popcorn and sit down and listen to a little bit of teaching and a little bit of buying, but mostly teaching. And so be prepared if that happens in the future. And I'll be thrilled if they do that. I told them I wouldn't mind that at all. I offered to move to a different day. They said, no, they want me to stay on on Saturdays at 2 o'clock. So let me sign off with you, and I'm going to come back on at 1:30, which is in just a few minutes. And I love all y'all. Thank you so much for having come into the room. And Mel, you are so sweet. Will you show the charms in the next show? At the tail end, let me finish the line teaching, and we'll make a concerted effort to show the charms because they are spectacular. I've got a few charm bracelets. Each one of those charm bracelets were over $500, and but the individual charms I'm selling at 25 a piece, and that's the going rate. So that's a good price. It was basically what it's worth to me. But yeah, Mel, I'll do that. Okay. All right. Let me say goodbye. Thank you. Watch for pop-ups. Might get a while here and do a pop-up and sell some more of this stuff. But oh, I never did show you the books. I'll do that later at another time. I'll show you the resource books. I know some of you are into that. I didn't get a chance to do that, but I will. I will. Remind me. Okay? God bless y'all.